Hello, Two Smart Girls community. This is Tricia with Turpenoff Photography, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about staying positive in business during this crazy COVID coaster. I have been up and down myself, and I got to tell you, I'm sure you're like me and have been looking for the opt out button. I can't find it either. So, what do you do to stay positive in this weird climate? Well, as you know, I'm a photographer, and of course, when this all happened, all my events went away, all my clients were put on hold, and it was scary. It just was scary, period. And luckily, I was in a community at that time. I was in a mastermind. Actually, I'm still in a mastermind, and I highly recommend, I'm going to say this at the end too, but I highly recommend that you get into a community like Two Smart Girls, because if I wouldn't have been in this mastermind when this happened, I'd probably still be in bed crying. Seriously. So, what can you do to pivot? So, luckily, one of my friends who was in the mastermind, she gave me a call and said, "Hey, Trish, there's a photographer on the East Coast who," she said, "Hey," to her cul-de-sac, was like, "I'm coming out in 2 hours and I'm photographing you the way that you are." And of course, she had fun pictures of people in their robes in the middle of the cul-de-sac with their coffee cups, and people on their porch with their wine glasses. And there was a big burly guy with toilet paper next to him and a cigar with smoke. They were so cool. And it was really funny because at first I thought, oh, that's really kitschy. And, nobody was excited no one's excited about COVID anytime. But this was the beginning when we just got, when we were just told to stay at home. And so I thought, well, okay, all right, how can I do something with this? And so I called my coach, and we put out a few different things on Facebook, and it just never flew. And so just be patient when you're pivoting. It's not going to happen overnight. And so then somehow drive-by photo shoots for charity were born, because I thought to myself, yes, I need to stay alive, but I need to help people who are really having a tough time. And so I thought, Care and Share Food Bank here in Colorado Springs. Why not, right? That's a fantastic thing to do. And so we teamed up with them, and drive-by photo shoots for charity were born. And we started promoting that you donate $100 minimum to Care and Share. There's a button on my website, still is, by the way. And people started responding, and I had a couple people interview me, and I had a few different organizations support me like you wouldn't believe. And we had the most fun photographing in-home proms. I even photographed for a couple charities to help them with their social media. And of course, I did branding and lifestyle and headshots and families, and it was wonderful. So that was my pivot, and that really kept me in front of people. Not only that, but I started hashtag promote the good. And what that did for me is every week I was on talking about what good people were doing in this weird climate. And this was right at the beginning. We're still doing it, which is fantastic. And it's turned into a live show, which is starting in just a couple weeks. And so it kept me in front of my audience, and this is the time. So what would I tell you to do with your pivot? Get in front of your audience. That's what I would tell you. You can't shrink back right now. This isn't the time, because everyone is online and they're paying attention. Because yes, there are a lot of photographers out there, but I remind myself that I am the only Tricia Turpenoff, and I'm the only one who does things the way that I do them. And I do have a voice. And so I stay visible to the people who are interested in what I have to say. I have tons of people who I know who have pivoted. I had a salon owner who she started doing these great at-home facials, and oh my gosh, they went gangbusters. She even got a spot on the news here in Colorado Springs. I know a caterer who started doing home meals for people. I mean, there's just so many ways that you can pivot, and different things that you can do, like my clothing stylist. She's awesome. And really all she's really concerned with now is keeping in touch and staying in front of her audience. And so she's doing a cool podcast called Waist Up Wardrobe. I mean, come on. There's so many things you can do. There are very few businesses that can't pivot in some way to still keep you in business, or at the very least, keep you in front of your audience. And I know I keep saying that. I know I'm harping. I can't help it, because I know that a good social media campaign, consistent. So on Monday, you always do the same type of thing, whether it's a quote or a post of you in it or a video of you. Stay consistent. Even if you started doing something like this once a week, let's say you post with you in it once a week, and you post a video once a week, and you just do it at the same time every week, same day, the whole kit and caboodle. It's a great place to start, and I promise you, you will see some things change. And if you need help, I am here to help. I have more ideas than I do time. The two wonderful women and two smart girls, they're here for you. They have an amazing community. They have an amazing program that just started, and get on board with that. And so if you're not sure how to pivot, ask your entrepreneurial girlfriends. Make sure they're entrepreneurial. I have good girlfriends who work in corporate and they don't understand what I do as an entrepreneur at all. And so talk to people in your entrepreneurial world because they get you. And so that's what I would say. Go have some cocktails with some girlfriends, or go sit down and talk to Christy and Jess. Come talk to me, whoever you need to talk to. I'll send you to the right people to get you going, get you moving, and get you more confident. And I do that at no charge because I love my community and I've had so many people help me. And so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspires you and helps you get moving. And just remember, the biggest thing is, if you can't do it all in one day, just pick one thing. Just pick one thing. I promise you it'll change everything. Mwah. Thank you.